Hi, all. How's everybody doing? Welcome back. Thank you for coming back if you've already been here. If you're new, thank you for stopping in. I want to ask you guys, I kind of come on and share all these tools on how to help everybody raise their energy and raise their vibration and live a more positive, fulfilling life. Is there anything more that I could be doing? Is there anything that you need me to do? Would you like me to share my personal story? Would you rather not hear it? This is my part of my spiritual journey too, is helping other people on their spiritual journey. So I've been called to do this podcast and I'm navigating it best I can. I'm feeling more comfortable and I'm actually enjoying it. And I feel like I'm actually helping. So please comment, leave me a message letting me know if you would like to see me take a different road or add something new. I am working on a few things, like I said. We're really starting to pick up momentum. We're starting to be heard a lot more. Our message is getting out there. So please keep coming back and please keep supporting this channel. Share it with somebody who you think could use the information, because I'm coming on and I'm sharing all of these experiences that I've been through and how I've dealt with these experiences, but I've never really shared the actual experiences. So if you would like to see more of that, send me a message. If you think everything is the way you like it, is how I'm structuring it, send me a message. I love to hear from you guys. It really does make my day to hear from you guys. So if you could send me a message and share, whatever platform you're listening to me on, please comment, rate the channel, whatever you can do to get the algorithm going out there. So now that I've rambled on, I have a pretty cool episode today. What I want to talk about is grieving who you used to be. So we're talking about a kind of grief that doesn't get discussed enough. Not the grief of losing another person, not the grief of losing a relationship, but the grief of losing a version of yourself. Because sometimes healing doesn't just require letting go of people, places, and circumstances. Sometimes it requires saying goodbye to the person that you were once before you healed. And even when that transformation is necessary, it still hurts. So if you've been feeling emotional lately, nostalgic for old versions of yourself, or uncertain about who you're becoming, listen up. This episode is for you. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's talk about grieving who you used to be. One of the biggest misconceptions about healing is that growth feels exciting all the time. The truth is, growth often feels like loss before it really feels like freedom. When you evolve, certain versions of you can no longer come with you. The version that tolerated less than you deserve? No, can't come. The version that stayed quiet to keep everyone else comfortable? No, not coming with us. The version that chased validation? Definitely not coming with us. The version that believed they had to earn love? Nope, not even that version. Even if those versions of you were hurting, they were familiar. And humans naturally find comfort in familiarity. So when those identities begin to fall away, there can be genuine sense of grief. Not because you want to go back, but because you're realizing you'll never be that person again. Sometimes people confuse nostalgia with alignment. You can miss an old version of yourself and still know you've outgrown them. You might miss when life felt simpler, You might miss certain friendships. You might miss who you were before you had your heart broken, before loss, before awakening, before life changed. But missing something doesn't always mean it's meant for you. Sometimes you're simply honoring a chapter that helped shape your story. Think about childhood. Most of us miss parts of being children. That doesn't mean we want to become children again. We simply appreciate what that season gave us. The same can be true for previous versions of ourselves. Every major transformation requires an identity death. And identity deaths can feel uncomfortable. You begin noticing things that no longer resonate. Conversations that once energized you now drain you. And places that once felt like home no longer fit. Goals you've chased for years suddenly lose their meaning. You start feeling disconnected from who you've been. And before you fully become who you're meant to be, there's often a period where you feel like neither. Not who you were, not fully who you're becoming, just somewhere in between. This is the cocoon stage. Many people mistake this stage for being lost, being stuck. But what if you're not lost? What if you're transforming? One of the most healing things you can do is stop judging your past self. The version of you that people pleased, the version of you that stayed too long, the one that made mistakes, and the one that settled. Those versions were surviving with the awareness that they had at the time. They got you here. And instead of criticizing them, try thanking them. Thank them for carrying you through difficult seasons. Thank them for doing their best. Thank them for helping you become the person that you are today. Because healing isn't about declaring war on your past self. It's about integrating every chapter with compassion. The reality is that life is a series of endings and beginnings. We are constantly becoming. The woman or man you were 5 years ago isn't here anymore. The woman or man you are today, won't be here 5 years from now. And that's not something to fear. That's not something to honor. Growth isn't betrayal. Change isn't failure. Transformation isn't abandonment. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to outgrow things. You're allowed to become someone your past self couldn't even imagine. You're allowed. If you're grieving who you used to be, I want you to know something. Grief is not evidence that you're moving backward. It's evidence that you've changed. It's evidence that the chapter is closing. And while endings can be painful, they also create space for new beginnings. So today, honor that person that you are. Honor the person who you were. Thank them, bless them, love them. Then gently release them. Because the next version of you is waiting. And remember what I always say, what you want wants you. That next version of you is waiting and they want what deserves the chance to arrive. Give that version a chance. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the Divine Frequency podcast. My name is Jay. I'm your vibe coach. And if this episode resonated with you, share it with somebody who may be struggling to let go of an old version of themselves. You don't have to become who you once were. You only have to become who you're meant to be. Journal prompts, almost forgot. What version of myself am I currently grieving? What am I afraid will happen if I fully let them go? Who am I becoming now? Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.